In this lecture, let us try to create a pie chart with legend. So when you see real world charts, you might have seen legends. So by just looking at this, you could get that the green color is representing A plus, orange color A, purple color B, pink C, green D and yellow F. So we are going to create a pie chart like this with legend on the right hand side of the pie chart. So let me add the script section for this, and within this we first need to have the SVG. So let me specify where width equals 600 and height equals 500, and let me specify where SVG equals d3 dot select body dot append SVG. Then let me specify the height and width. So dot attr width as value in the width variable, dot attr height as the value in the height variable, and let me also specify the style. So dot style background as pink. Now we have the SVG. Let me save this and show you. This is our SVG. Now what I am going to represent is that I want to show the students who got different grades. So suppose there are grades like A plus, A, B, C, D and failed. So suppose A plus is having 90% or above, A 80% and above, B 60% and above, C 50% and above, D 40% and above, and if the mark is below 40%, it means they are failed. So suppose we want to represent the details of students having particular grades. So let me specify where details equals, I want to have different grades. So let me specify them as objects. Okay. So let me add different objects. One for A plus, A, B, C, D and finally failed, that is F. Now let me add grade as A plus and let us specify them as students or number as 8. So this is A plus and the number of students who got A plus grade is 8. Let me copy this and paste it within this, and let me make it A and let the number be say 21. Then again paste it. Let this be B. Let the number be say 15. Then again paste it. Let this be C and the number be say 29. I'm just putting some random numbers. Okay. Then paste it again and let this be D and let the number be say 11. And finally we have F, which stands for failed. So let this be say F and let the number be say 6. So I have saved some details. For grade A plus, number is 8, grade A number of students 21, grade B number 15, C number 29, D 11 and F 6. Now we have the details with us. Next, how we can get the start angle and end angle for all these. That is, for grade A plus, we need to get the start angle and end angle. For grade A, we need to get the start angle and end angle. How we can get it? We have already seen the pie generator function. So I can specify where data equals d3 dot pi, that is the pie generator function. And if it was an array of numbers, I just have to specify details, right? But in our case, this details is not an array of numbers. Instead, it is an array of objects. So we need to get this value, that is number. So what I can do is that I can use the value function, value, and within this I can just specify function d return d dot number, which means it will return the number value from this details array. So as it is an array of objects, we need to get the actual number from this. That is why we have used the value method, and we can just specify function D, which is the data. In our case, it is an object. So we need to return D dot number. And I want to display the numbers in the same order as we have specified here, not in the descending order. So I also need to specify sort of null. We have seen this in a previous lecture when we discussed PyGenerator function, right? Now suppose I try to display this console.log of data. Let's see how it looks like. Let me save this. Let me go to more tools, developer tools, and click console. See, we are seeing an array of 6. The 0 is grade A plus number 8, and for that start angle is 0 and end angle is 0.5585. Then for this one it is 0.5585, which is the start angle, and 2.024 is the end angle. So we could get the start angle and end angle for these items. Next, what we need to do, let us define the arc as segments equals d3 dot arc, which is the arc generator function, and let us define the inner radius, outer radius, and pad angle and pad radius, so that there will be a gap between different segments, right? So let me specify dot inner radius. I want to have pie chart, not donut charts, so I'm specifying inner radius as 0, and let me specify outer radius as 200. So outer radius 200. Then let me set the pad angle. So pad angle as say 0.05. Then I also need to specify the pad radius. So pad radius, let it be say 50. So what will be the gap? It will be 15 to 0.05, which is 2.5. Now we have the arc generator function and also the data in the PyGenerator function. Next, what we need to have? We need to have different path elements for the segments, right? So let me specify where sections equals d3 dot append g. I'm appending a g element, and let me transform it. So transform, and let me translate it. Let me translate it to say 250 comma 250. Then let me select all path elements and append it. So dot select all path, and let me join the data. So dot data, the details are there in the data variable, right? We have created the data variable using PyGenerator function. Then what we need to do, we need to append path elements. So sections dot enter dot append path. Then we need to set the value for the D attribute. So attr D as the arc generator function. So it is segments, right? Now let us save this and see. Save. Okay, it is giving an error. d3.append is not a function. Okay, instead of svg.append, I have specified d3.append. So it should be appended within the svg, right? Let me save. Okay, we are seeing different segments, but all the segments are shown in black color. Actually, I want to have different colors. So what we can do, we can use some kind of scale to have different colors. If we use a sequential scale and use interpolate rainbow or interpolate cool, all the colors will be almost similar, right? So what I'm going to use is, I'm going to try ordinal scale. So let me specify where colors equals d3 dot scale ordinal, and I'm going to specify some predefined set of colors. So D3 offers a number of color schemes such as dark, pastel, etc. So here I am going to use D3 dot scheme dark 2. This will give a set of colors. So this is a predefined color scheme provided by D3. So what I can do is that after specifying this, I can specify dot attr of fill. I want to fill the segment with a particular color, right? So let me specify the color like comma function D, then return colors of, because here I have specified it as colors of D dot data dot number. Why I have specified D dot data dot number? If you check here, for each one there is data and you could get the grade and number from this. So I want to make the color based on this number. That is why I have specified colors of D dot data dot number. We could not get the number directly from D dot number because here we have joined it with data, not with details. If here it was details, we could just specify D dot number, but data means it is the pi generated data, which is this. So here if we want to get the number, it should be D dot data dot number as it is within the data object. Okay. Now let me save this. Before that, let me put a semicolon here and save this and show you. See, now we are seeing different colors for the segments. Now instead of scheme dark 2, if I specify scheme pastel 1, it is another predefined color scheme provided by D3. So if I specify pastel 1 and check, let me save this. See, the colors are lighter colors. That is why I have chosen scheme dark 2 because it provides dark colors. So it is scheme dark 2. Now we have different segments in our pie chart, right? So this is our pie chart and this is the A plus grade. This is A, B, C, D and failed. But now we could not understand what are the values or what are the grades we represent. So suppose I want to display the number of students having a particular grade within the segment. What we can do? We can use the centroid function for that. We have already seen that. So let me display the numbers within the segments. So for that, let me specify here. After this, let me have where content equals, let me select the G element. So select D3.select G, which is the G element we have appended here. Then dot select all text because we want to display as text. Then we need to join with data, which is there in the data variable. Then what we need to do, we need to specify content dot enter dot append text, and we need to run the each method to loop through. Then function D, and here we need to specify the center value. So where center equals segments dot centroid, that is a function of D. Then we need to specify the X, Y and text for these text elements, right? So I can specify D3 dot select this, which means the text element will be selected. Dot attr of X should be, what should be the attr of X? It will be center of 0. So center of 0. Then we need to set the Y value. So dot attr of Y should be center of 1, 1. And we also have to set the text. So I can specify dot text as D dot data dot number. Again we need to get the number from the data because it is there in the D within the data object. And we also have to style this. So within the head section, let me add style. And for the text element, what we can do, we can set the font size. Let it be say 15 px. Okay. Then font weight, let it be say bold, and let me specify the fill color to be white. Now let me save this and check the output. See, we are seeing 11, 6, 8, 21, 15 and 29. Let me increase the font size to say 25 px and check it, save. See, now it is displayed like 21, 15, 29, 11 and 6. But even now we are not able to understand which color represents which grade. right? As of now, this is A plus A, then B, C, D and F. So from this pie chart, it is not easy to understand which grade is represented by which number or which color. So what we can do, we can add a legend on the right hand side to display the color and also the grade. So we are going to do that.